To start this video, I feel like I should say that I wasn't the greatest Destiny player of all time. I wasn't big into build crafting. I haven't completed every raid. I played very off and on throughout the years, and I would say I am far from being pretty good at the game. But I think that not saying that Destiny has been a huge part of my life would be a disservice to what Destiny has done to gaming as a whole and to me when it comes to the friends I've made, when it comes to the experience I've gained when it comes to playing games, and when it comes to the standard that I hold gameplay and build crafting and overall endgame content to. Because Destiny, I think, did it best. Destiny is, I think, the best game, save for, like, maybe World of Warcraft, I guess. I never played World of Warcraft. For building a community. For making friends in the community. And for having lifelong relationship times within a community. I think most of my friends that I have now are people that I played Destiny with back in the day, that I either met through playing Destiny or got me into Destiny as a whole. The other thing I can think of would be like Helldivers, but Helldivers is, I think, a fraction of the community that Destiny has. As fun as it is, Destiny just has so much more when it comes to... Like, I haven't met anybody through Helldivers, you know? Maybe some people have, but Destiny, I remember sitting at the lunch table, at the peanut-free table, because no one cared. Because the one kid who was allergic to peanuts didn't care. And talking about raiding, and talking about what game was better, Destiny or Halo, and talking about the meteor hitting Dusty Divot, I guess, too. But the consensus of everyone was that Destiny was awesome. And we all played it, and we all had such a fun time playing it, that some of us, not me entirely, I would say I haven't played in too long, but some people that are still very good friends, that I talk to almost daily, still play Destiny. Or at least there is one. One of them still plays Destiny. But almost everyone I'm still friends with has played Destiny or played Destiny in some capacity. Whether that be played it for years, or whether that be just trying it, seeing how they liked it, you know? I remember coming home from school and getting on a raid with the boys, you know? I can't remember what raid it was the first one I ever completed. It was the Beyond Light raid. I think it was Vault of Glass, but I can't. I'm blanking on the name. I'll put it up on the screen here. But that was the first one I ever beat. I've never gotten the exotic from it. I still want the Eyes of Tomorrow, but I've just never... I haven't played it enough to get it. And I haven't been lucky enough to get it. I think I can count on one hand the amount of times I've done a raid. I think that the biggest, like, memory, though, when it comes to Destiny, was the first exotic I ever got. And that was Telesto. Now, when I started playing Destiny, it was, I believe, 2018, maybe 2019. My buddy said that Destiny was becoming a free-to-play game. And by that point, I had only ever played Halo, Portal, Half-Life, and, like, Doom. I can't think of many other games that I'd actually, like, played on my PC, other than, like, maybe Minecraft. I think I had Fortnite by that time, too, but I can't remember. And he told me that Destiny was going to become free-to-play. So there's no reason not to, try it. And I tried it. I had a lot of fun. I didn't buy the expansion, which was Shadowkeep at the time. That was when I started, was Shadowkeep. I want to say during the end of Shadowkeep was when I started playing. I don't remember the season. I can't remember the gun. I don't remember the name of the gun that I got. But if I still have it, I'll throw it up on the screen now. That was the first time I ever played it. And I loved it. It was so much fun, even without the expansion. Just playing strikes with my friend and using a super for the first time, becoming like a space wizard, was so cool. Of course, I chose Titan, as I am still a Titan main. I played the other classes, I tried them, they're fun, I understand it. Titan just scratches an itch. And casting the hammer for the first time was awesome. It was so much fun. I know that's not the first one that you were given to use. It was, I think it was Thunder Fists, or however, I don't remember the name of it. Might be actually Thunder Fists. But the hammer was just so much cooler, you know? I feel like I should talk about the first exotic, too. The first exotic I ever got was Telesto. And it was when it was absolutely broken, to the point that I'm pretty sure, if memory serves correctly, it could, one of the beams hitting a Guardian could kill them. So playing Crucible with a cracked out Telesto was an experience that I don't think I will ever forget. Of course, I've forgotten when it happened. I just remember that it was during Shadowkeep, because that was when I first got it. But the first expansion I ever bought was shortly after, I want to say half a year, maybe? I can't remember. Maybe it might be less than that. After I started, I bought I bought a package of expansions. I bought Forsaken, I bought Shadowkeep, and most importantly, I bought my favorite expansion for 2 reasons, and 2 reasons only. I bought Beyond Light. That was the first expansion I played day 1, and it is also the only expansion I have ever played day 1. The reason I bought it was, if you'll throw it up on the screen now, editing me, was for the Christocrene armor. To this day, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. And for Stasis, because I thought ice magic is sick, and this helmet and most of the armor, I like the full armor set, but the helmet specifically was my, like, bread and butter. And to this day, other than, like, maybe a Titanfall helmet, or maybe the Isaac Clarke helmet, I cannot think of a helmet that I like more than the Destiny 2 Christocrene helm. And I played the raid, played through the story, it was awesome. I know some people think a little lowly of Destiny during that time for reasons that I don't really want to get into, for the lightheartedness that I want this video to have. But in my eyes, other than the other stuff that happened, this game was my favorite during that time. I think I had also played Titanfall during that time as well, and I thought it was sick. But no one else I knew played Titanfall. So it was kind of like I played the campaign and then had my fun. Wasn't very good at the PvP, so I didn't play that much. But it was still one of the best campaigns I ever played. Anyway, Destiny was such a big boon during that time for me. And then after that was Witch Queen, which I played day one. Notice I didn't say I bought it day one. I played it day one, did the first mission, thought it was cool, but I didn't want to buy it because of how expensive it was. And after all the time playing Beyond Light, which I pretty much played the full... Can't remember if I played the whole time or if I played most of Beyond Light. But after Beyond Light, I didn't play for a bit. And from about 4 weeks into Witch Queen until after, I want to say, Final Shape, I didn't play Destiny. And I think that was a mistake. I have a lot of things I wish I did in Destiny. I wish I played the Red War, because I didn't understand the UI when I was like 13, 14, I think. Because I'd only played like Halo and Doom and Half-Life and Portal, and maybe a couple other stuff during that time. But I didn't understand the UI at all, because it was the first MMO I'd ever played. It was the first live service game I ever played. So I didn't understand how to get around it. You know? Kind of stumbled my way through Beyond Light, you could say, through video guides and whatnot, trying to figure it out. But I never played Red War. And I think that is a loss that cannot be gotten back in any shape or form, other than maybe watching it on YouTube. But I wish I did that. And I wish I played Forsaken. Because by the time I think I got back into the game, or by the time that I realized I could play Forsaken, I can't remember. I started, because I remember starting Forsaken, but I never completed it. And by the time that I actually figured out how to do everything, there was a week left that Forsaken would be in the game. I'm not going to get into, like, my issues with that, but I never got to complete it. And outside of cutscenes that I've seen on YouTube, and outside of maybe, like, some... I don't know, some guide videos, I still have no idea the story of Forsaken. I still don't know entirely the story of Shadowkeep, I'm gonna be honest. Even though I did eventually play Shadowkeep. Played Beyond Light before I played Shadowkeep, but whatever. And then I didn't play for a bit, as I said. And then Final Shape came out. And I didn't play for a bit. I didn't play until halfway through Final Shape, I want to say. Long after a lot of the, like, big reveals and all the kind of raids and stuff like that happened, I came back to the game. and bought Final Shape and Lightfall and Witch Queen on sale for like dirt cheap. And I don't remember if my review of the game is still up, but I missed the sale by like 2 minutes pretty much of getting all of it like 70% off. And I was very upset that I had to wait like another month or something for it to all go on sale. But after I bought it, I played through Lightfall, I believe, first, which was fine. I don't, as much as people hate Lightfall, and as much as I hate one of the characters in Lightfall, just for how annoying I thought he was, my personal experience with Lightfall was not the worst. Now, that could be that I just didn't understand the story at that point and just didn't care. But it also could be that I thought Strand was sick, and I just didn't care. I thought that a lot of the exotics of Lightfall were a lot of fun. I thought the armor was fine. But Final Shape was, I would say, my resurgence to Destiny 2. Because I came back, and I beat the campaign, cried, because Cayde died again, spoilers, for one of the biggest games in history. Who cares at this point? Cayde died again, I was sad, and the story was pretty much complete for me. I got I think it's the Khvostov? Can't remember. I got the exotic AR. I think it's the Khvostov. I haven't played in so long that I've forgotten the name of it. If it is, then good job me for remembering it. But if it's not, here it is on screen. I went through all the hassle to get the Khvostov, and then I didn't play. Once again, I came back, did everything I wanted to do for Destiny 2, had a sick Void build, got a cool, memorable exotic, I think, and then I just didn't, I didn't continue. And during that time, I can't remember the two new exotics after Final Shape, or the two new expansions after Final Shape, but I believe one of them had already like released by the time that I stopped playing again. And I thought that Destiny would be pretty much over for me at that point, because aside from maybe a Christmas sale, there would be no more expansions I would probably want to buy, as my favorite armor was already in the game. None of my friends, aside from like 2, who I originally played Destiny with, still played Destiny. And the characters that I cared about were either gone, or the voice actor would be replaced, which, by the way, as much as I miss Lance dearly, Keith David is one of my favorite actors, and I am perfectly fine with him being Zavala now. I think he's done an amazing job. Rest in peace to Lance. But the game for me at this point was pretty much dead, you could say. It had kind of served its purpose, you could say. Because I didn't have anybody to really play it with. The new updates kept feeling less and less, and the game just felt like it was missing something, and that was the community that I had found when it came to this game. Now, seeing that Destiny is ending soon, I think that while sad as it is, I think that it had one of the greatest runs a game has ever had in history. There are few games that I would say have had such a cultural impact, for better or worse, to building a community, to the depth at which the gameplay actually goes, and to the amount of people who truly care about this game. The developers of this game have built, I think, a game so deep-rooted in gameplay history that replacing it is, I think, impossible. Warframe is fun, and I think that a lot of people are going to go to Warframe to fill some sort of Destiny hole that they had, because I know I did. And I'll still play Warframe from time to time. I haven't played it in a bit, but I do still love Warframe. But the lack of raids, and in my opinion, the lack of community, is something that cannot be overlooked. Now, not saying Warframe just needs to have raids and needs to become Destiny, because it's not Destiny. I think that's what needs to be said about Warframe. It's not Destiny. I don't think it should be, because Destiny was less of a game as more it was an experience. You can't remake sitting on the bus as a kid, thinking about coming home to your PC, logging into Discord or whatever you played on, and talking to your friends about builds and new exotics you want to get, and what Xur has in the store, and what raid we're gonna do, what strikes we want to do, what we thought of the campaign. You can't redo that, because to redo that would be to go back in time and replace what Destiny was. Whether that be coming home from work or coming home from school, Destiny was the game that I think cemented itself into so many people's hearts that replacing it feels wrong. And as sad as I am to see it go, it's not truly going, but as sad as I am to see it have an end of life update, I think it worked. So as I sit here, remembering watching the Super Bowl, getting bored, coming up to play a dungeon on Destiny, as much as I remember coming home from school, as I've reiterated, and just playing Destiny with friends, And as much as I remember Cade dying again, I can't help but say thank you to all the developers, to all of the voice actors, to all the players, and to all of the people that got Destiny to be in the hearts and minds of so many people, that to say it didn't have an impact would be so tone deaf as to say Call of Duty didn't have an impact. You have created the best experience, best childhood, and overall best time I think I ever could have had. So, eyes up, Guardian. And thank you.